Okay, I'm going to attempt to show some of the pruning techniques I do on my tomato plants. I don't do a lot of aggressive pruning, but on some of my plants that are just a little bit too bushy, or maybe are showing some signs of some kind of bacterial problem or a fungus. If you look at those leaves right there, got a little bit of brown spots on them. So I like to use, you can use your fingers, but I kind of like to use just a little pair of snippers that I have here. Prune away anything that has any brownish, icky looking leaves on them. You can also, if your plant's getting pretty bushy, this one here is also, you can also prune suckers. Now a lot of people are kind of confused on what a sucker is, but if you look, starting at the bottom of the plant, we have our main stem. Comes up, we've got a branch to the left, a branch to the right, the one that I'm holding right here. And then as we go up, you can see this next branch that forms right there in the center. Try to point it right there. And in between this branch that comes out here to the left and the main stem, you can see this sucker. And that's the one that forms right at the crotch of the branch and the stem. And you can just snip those off. Now the neat thing about these is, let me find it here, there it is. You can actually take that as a cutting and root it, plant it, put it in some vermiculite, and it'll actually make a clone of the plant that you have. So it's kind of a good way to save a plant. Say you have a plant that's maybe having some disease issues or had some storm damage. If you can find a sucker on it that's still healthy, like this one here, you could plant this and it'll make a clone of the plant that you have. You'll be a little late in harvesting, but it's better late than never. As I go up the stem a little bit further, you can see here's my main branch again. I've got a branch coming out, and then here I have a sucker. Trim that one off. You don't want to do it too much because you'll end up with some sun scald. Also, my plant here is getting a little twisted up on itself. I've got actually two main branches growing right now. This plant will actually have 3 total. Zoom back out a bit. You can see I've got one branch going off of here. I've got the main branch in the middle, and the third is in behind. I've already got some fruit set. Not sure what this plant is. It's a black variety, maybe Sputatula. We've got some nice fruit set in there. Nice little flower cluster right there. Some fruit set there, some fruit set on that flower cluster. But if you prune your suckers and make sure you trim anything that has any browning on it, you'll have a healthier plant and bigger fruit. Not quite as much fruit sometimes, but your fruit will be larger and your plant will tend to be more healthy if it's putting energy into fruit production instead of growing suckers.